the peak of girls for sure came after the poker, when I kind of like took some downtime and like really like kind of shifted over towards the Instagram stuff and the social media, because it was basically like I had made a crazy amount of money gambling and taking pieces of gamblers and with Bitcoin and all this other shit. And I was like, look, I'm just going to do everything that I wanted to do as a kid. I'm going to document it. In that time, that's when it was fucking crazy, because that's when like, you know, we were fucking partying. I was surrounded by girls. And then the fame really like added a snowball effect to this that I didn't anticipate. Like I knew it was going to be powerful. I just didn't know how powerful it was going to be. Yeah. And like powerful in the sense that like you could fuck girls that you just met in a fucking hotel, you know, lobby bathroom 2 minutes later. And, you know, just like crazy shit that you wouldn't think to do before. And the more you get away with, the more you're like emboldened to be like, holy fuck, like, you know, I can really pull this off. And then you try crazy shit and it works. And then, you know, it's like, you know how it is. It's just, it's a crazy thing. And so, yeah, when the fame hit, that was the peak.
You say you were partying. What kind of, what does that mean, partying? Like drug partying? So like what were the drugs?
Yeah. So in college, it was GHB mostly. And then later on, we got access to the fucking Quaaludes. And as you know, man, that's when the fucking wheels come off the wagon. So,
yeah. How about coke? Any coke? Were you doing coke?
You know, not so much. I did some.
Just to like, get back up sometimes if you were too low, right, on the ludes to wake up, but not your main drug of choice.
Just like a social thing with chicks, you know, it's like, because, you know, they're always want to do it off your dick, or there's like crazy shit, right. Or like, you know, you guys, you know, everybody does a bump and then it's like straight to fucking. Like sometimes it can be good. The times that it isn't good is when you're like chasing the fucking dragon all night. It's 4 a.m. You got the fucking hot chicks. Your dick doesn't work. It's like, you know, right. Just or you got the chatterbox that won't shut the fuck up. So you got to listen to her whole fucking like diatribe life story.
You just raised a very important issue that I think most guys don't really appreciate. How amazing, you know, Viagra, Cialis can be. Because I came from a time when there was no Viagra or Cialis. So your dick, it was like you'd be with a hooker, she's sucking for 7 hours. Like, I'm almost there. You're still like this fucking big. You're like completely fucking paralyzed, right? You're like, no, it feels great. No, it's fine. Your moments, just keep going, right? And then like finally, like I think it was 2000, well, no, it was in 1990, like 6 or 7, like fucking miracle. It fucking, the antidote came out, right?
Well, you know, it's funny, man. I actually have only taken Viagra once, and it led to a heart attack. Now,
I know.
Yeah. Now, Cialis, on the other hand, I live by that shit like a multivitamin. It's, you know, it's mellow. Like that's every day.
Yeah, it's more mellow. Yeah. I mean, Cialis is good. Yeah, again, a little bit like of a, I don't know, I don't feel 1,000% on it, but it's definitely worth it. Viagra is like it's a fucking hammer. It goes at you, boy. I've never had a heart attack, but it's tough.
Hard whether you like it or not, you know?
Yeah. I said in my book, I said the DEA could use your dick as a battering ram to knock down a crack house door, and you could still fuck afterwards. That's fucking Viagra, you know? It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more of a hooker drug, just because, like, if you have a time frame that you know that you have to fuck, there's nothing better. My issue with it was like, man, what happens if you take Viagra and then like the chick doesn't want to fuck you? You know what I mean? Like you're just sitting there with this raging heart on.
I've had that, by the way. And it sucks, by the way. It sucks. And self-soothing does not do the fucking trick when you're on Viagra. But I will tell you, I don't want, listen, you know, with Dan and I, it could be like a how-to for guys in their team. I don't want this to be, but what I will say about Viagra, it's a hell of a way to make an impression on a first date with a girl. Like, if you want to like not worry, performance anxiety, it doesn't matter. You'll fucking teach her a lesson, right?
Yeah, you're either going to fucking punish her or give her the best time she's ever had, or something in between. No, 100%, man. Like, and that's one of the things that you definitely, I fully agree with, man. The first time you fuck a chick, you got to lay it down right.
100%. You would take it out of the equation, right?
Friends, you know?
Take any fucking thing that could go wrong, any performance anxiety, you know, out of the equation, right? Take fucking 100 milligrams and fucking roll, and you'll fucking see.
Yeah. No,
and the second day, she's like, "What happened? I thought you were so good." It's like, shut up.
Well, and also, I think like taking those things also gives you like a massive amount of confidence, because you know that there's no chance your dick isn't going to get hard. And I think like a big piece of it where people's dick can't get hard is when they're all in their head. Because for me, like the times when I've been the fucking limp dick loser was when like I cared too much, or I was like overinvested. And like in my mind, I'm like, shit, like you better fuck this girl good. Like you just fucked like 3 minutes, before, like, are you going to be able to keep your dick hard? Like, I start like working myself up, and it's like,
yeah, well, you certainly, it's all easy to do, right? It's very easy to do. If you just like that in your head,
and then you go down that rabbit hole of like, oh, I'm not going to, or if you're like going from like not using a condom to like using a condom, then in your mind, you're like, oh, I keep my dick hard. That's why like for the last, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I just use a condom every fucking time, because I found when I like use them sometimes, it was just brutal, because all I could think about was like, oh, this doesn't feel good, but like once I was like used to it and that was all I knew, kind of like a guy that goes fucking blind, eventually it's like, that becomes his normal. No, that was me, So,
yeah, I know. In those bad days, when, in those the old days with the, I'll just lick your ass. It's fine. Just turn over. I'm like, I'm like, it's fine. I'm fucking fine like that. So Viagra was a fucking wonder drug for me. It really was. It was great. But then I got sober, and then I didn't need it as much. So let me ask you an important question. It's a really important question. Did you plan this out in any way? Like people say to me, like, did you plan this whole thing? And the answer is no. It happened as it happened. Was there a certain point when you realized like, holy fuck, like people love this shit. I can't believe what's going on, as your followers started just like exponentially grow and you became like an icon. Like, I think when you started off, it was like, well, I'm money, power, I'm going to use it now to get laid more, become famous. Did you ever say, what the fuck? And realize it was like a freight train out of control?
100%, man. It was a very like defining moment too. It was when I was in Cannes in 2014. And I remember it was kind of the first time I'd like been out of my house, because I'm kind of a fucking homebody. I don't really like.
Right. I know you are. That's right. I know.
And so for me, it's like I hadn't really like seen the effects of this social media shit, and then when I was in Cannes, I went there for the film festival. Well, I mean, I went there to fucking party, but it was during the film festival. Anyways, people started coming up to me. And as like when people start coming up, it's like a weird thing, because, when the first person comes up, then it's like the floodgates open. Right? Like people could recognize you, but when that first motherfucker comes in, then it's like, it's all over. Right. Yeah, I didn't really know this at the time. I was just like, man, like I'm really fucking famous, because people just kept coming and coming. And I remember Ron Perlman came, or he sent his manager over to ask if like I would meet. I don't know why people do this. They think I'm going to be like a dickhead or something. I'm actually like a pretty fucking nice guy. So I'm like, yeah, of course you can come over. Like, I'm not going to be rude to fucking Ron Perlman. Right. So the guy comes over. He pitches me on a movie idea. It was like this great, thing where like, the grandfather's gonna be a World War II guy. He was gonna be a Vietnam guy, and I would be the Desert Storm guy. And anyways, this whole thing, people kept coming up, interrupting him during this thing to ask me for pictures. And after like 15 people had come up, some guy finally came over and asked him for a picture. And he stood up. He's like, "You want a picture with me? You sure you don't want a picture with this guy?" It was just like, I'll never, for the rest of my life, forget about that moment, because it was just like so surreal to me. I was like, am I like an episode of the fucking Twilight Zone? Like I'm here with like a fucking basically an A-list celebrity, and people are coming up to me. It was like the strangest thing ever. And it was during that trip that I really like saw the pronounced effects of this fame thing, because I think I fucked like 14 girls in like 12 days. And like for me, that was, at the time, that was a lot. You fucked a girl without talking to her, like without saying one word. I fucked like some sister in the middle of the day in a bathroom, and like we were sober, like just crazy shit. It was like kind of like one of those things where like anything I tried worked. And I went on Howard Stern right after that, and I was in my first interview. And I think that was like really like where it just kind of like went crazy. But I'll never forget that moment, because I was at the moment when I was just like, wow, this is like a fucking real thing. Like this is actually happening, and like. So
why do you think, because obviously I have the same thing. People come up to me all the time. I remember once, the funniest thing is I was walking in a casino and you called me for something and we're talking, and then someone asked me, they're like, oh, he's talking to Deb. Like they didn't know what to do, because I was remember that we were talking on FaceTime. They're like, oh my God, it's Jordan knows, and they're freaking out, right? So I get the same thing. What do you think it is that makes people so aggressively want to take a photo with you? Do you think it's because they want to post it to get followers? Do you think is it some sort of like, if just they get a piece of you, it rubs off on them? What do you think is behind it?
I think with different people, it's different things. I think for me, it was, I think I think it was like a bit of a breath of fresh air because there wasn't any like celebrities that were just out there just like putting crazy shit out like I was doing, like nobody was really advertising all the girls they were fucking. Nobody's really like kind of like flexing like I was at the time, and so I think it's one of those things where also people just, when they see a celebrity in real life, they're just like, they don't think they're going to react like this, but they do. And I've seen it a lot of times with women too, where a girl will be like, oh, I would never fuck that guy. And then they see him out, or then they see him out and other people are coming up to them. And I talk about it in the book, there's like the subconscious response that just, when you see somebody that is like well liked by people, or somebody that's like getting all this attention, you can't help but be affected by it. Like human beings.
Social
like,
proof. It's just,
help.
basic social proof and consensus. It's very powerful.
Yeah, and it's on the highest level, right? It's like social proof from like all these people that like, you've never even met before, so it's like, it's just continuous social proof over and over. And I think it's, it's a powerful thing, man. And so I don't know, like for me, it's different now because back in the day it was what, autographs? Like what the fuck are you going to do with that? Now, if you get a picture with somebody, you can post that. You can post that, and that then garners you more likes and more followers. So it's like this whole thing where people have gotten like caught in this like need for validation, and social media, I think, is that like new form of validation where like at any point you can just post a picture and boom, girls are going to be hitting you up, guys are going to be, liking your photos, whatever. You're just going to be getting all this attention, and you get it at will. And so I think that's why people get caught up in this. And that has to be one of the reasons why they want pictures with celebrities, because that will, by, definition, like elevate them, right? They're hanging out with somebody famous, and, that's, in and of itself a social proof.